Hello, and welcome to the introduction of the Landlord app. I'm going to give you a quick rundown of how the Landlord app is utilized and all the features that are incorporated into it. What you're looking at right now is the home screen. The X in the top right corner allows you to exit out of the app. The features, the buttons down below, are the different options that you're allowed to choose from. Starting off, you click Property Summary. You go in to add new property. Please note the upper two buttons. The arrow on the left is to go back, and the button on the top right allows you to go home to the home screen. So once you select the field for address, we're gonna run through this real quick. Not put a whole address. And if you wanted to, you could fill in the rest with the city and state. Selecting rent per month, you put in the amount of money that you collect each month, the utilities that are included, the services that are included, and we're going to go on to tenant's name. And I'm just going to make up a phone number here. As well as an email. The lease start is supposed to be when you first initiated the lease, so that you can keep track of when your year is going to come up. So say this was March 2010 when it started, and it will end, let's go one more month, May 31st, 2011. Mortgage payment, select how much you put in, or you pay. Say, now if you want to do escrow or non-escrow, it doesn't matter. Do whatever you want to do. In the cash flow screen, you can take into account whether or not it's escrowed. Security deposit, 1 month. Deposit 0. And then rental permit date. So say for this property, you got it inspected by the city January 1st, 2011. And you select photo, take new picture. Take a picture of the carpet. So you're all done, hit save. Now, with this screen, if you had several properties and you wanted to do a mass email, all your properties would be listed on the left. You check the box, send email, and based on the email that you can send your tenant an email. And then the text message or works exactly the same way. Back. So now we go into the main property screen. And you notice on the far right you got a rented box. So this house is in fact rented. So we're going to check that. And now we got all your options for management of the property. So if you wanted to say that tenant paid the full payment, it'll be marked, put on the calendar. You can uncheck it to clear it. And some of you like me get partial payments. Say you got $400 that was paid. We'll identify that in the calendar and keep track of it until you select the full amount, or you add in partial payment and add another $400 or make it $800. Rent paid date, we'll say it was the 17th. Late fee will be $25. Paid. The water bill, which I find very handy. It was $150 for every 3 months, which is usually what I pay. And say it's going to be due May 1st. So now it adds the event to your calendar, and then once it's paid, you can check the box, paid, and it will show water bill paid and clear out that option, so you know you no longer have a water bill due. And then as well, you see the paid box for the mortgage payment. If you pay your payments individually each month and don't have automatic checking, you can keep track of whether or not you paid by hitting that paid box. So now you go to cash flow, and as I was talking about earlier with the escrow or no escrow, if your property is no escrow and you wanted to add in your 25, say for homeowners each month, and just say 25 for tax payment, it will allow you to do that. And it shows what your negative amount is. So say I don't want that and you do have an escrow, it'll wipe those out, and you'll see that the mortgage now is, or the total that you've collected is $175. So let's just go back and say rent paid in full. That way you can not see a negative number. And you see your positive $225. And if you hit summary, you will see your total breakout for that particular property, and it will list all your properties. If you want to go back, you hit cash flow. It'll take you back to that previous screen where here you hit next. You see May, June, again, you go previous. This allows, the previous and next button allows you to go back in time to see what exactly was collected that month, and then what your cash flow is. Calculate button is used for when you put in the homeowners or the tax payment. It will readjust the amount calculated by hitting calculate. Most of the times you don't need to hit it, it'll do it by itself, but sometimes you will need to. So we're back at the financial summary page. If you click on the property of the house, which I have as carpet, we'll go back to the main property screen. And then we're going to show you the expenses. The expenses here now are broken down into the categories that taxes are, your taxes by the IRS are tracked, whether or not the repairs, supplies, improvements, or utilities that you pay for, or property management. So we'll do repairs. And click Add New. And we're going to say on April 1st, went to Home Depot. Obviously you can abbreviate and make it a little easier on yourself because you're going to remember what it is. And say you bought plumbing pieces for a leak, and here you can select whether or not it's repair, supplies, improvement. Say it was $25 that you spent. Now you can go into recurring. So if you have like a lawn or utility that you're continuously paying, you can put it weekly, bi-weekly, or monthly. Here obviously that's not necessary. So hit save. Expense saved. We'll do another one here. We'll say April 8th I paid it. And we'll say lawn. And we'll say recut. For the property. We change the category. Property management. It was $25. And we'll say it's monthly. Okay, so now you hit back arrow. Sorry about the slowness here. My phone in this program isn't very reactive. So now you see the graph of how much your repairs are versus your property management. They're 50-50. But your monthly total for expenses is 50. Now your total to the end of the year is 250, and that's because of the monthly input that you provided, or the monthly reoccurring expense. If you had multiple properties, you could click next or previous to go to the next property and add in your expenses. Go to your repairs. This gives you a nice little summary of all the repairs that you do and the date, and then allows you to edit them.